What's up, guys? It is time for Wonder Friends. Yes. All right. Let's get this out of the way. Leave comments loaded in. So, as you guys enter into the video, make sure that you're putting your comments in so I can acknowledge you guys, see that you guys are out there. Hope everybody's doing well on this Sunday morning. It looks like it might be nice out. At least it is right now. Zoe, my cat, was totally excited laying in front of the big door that's all glass door that she can lay in front of, and she was just like sunbathing. She loved it so much. So, hey Aubrey, how's it going? Good to see you. So, guys, as you know, my name is Jason Tharp. I am the Chief Creative Dreamer at Wonderville Studios. Kids, that basically means I get paid to make up stuff. It's a pretty cool job. I hope that you get to do the same thing, that when you grow up, you get to do all the stuff that you dream about. And I think that a lot of stuff we talk about on here, you're going to be able to. What's up, Porter and Harper? Good to see you guys. Emily, what's going on? Hey, Adriana, what's happening? So, guys, if you haven't been there yet, make sure that you go over to the website. Tons of free downloads on there for you guys to do, like activity sheets. If you're just looking for some sort of creative break from school, there's samples from Super Monster Friends. There's drawing things. There's coloring things. There's fill out the page things. There's all kinds of stuff on there. It's just at wondervillestudios.com. You'll see the Wonder Friends link. Just click on that. Download those things. 100% free. Don't need to enter any stuff in there to get it. All that stuff. Ava, what's happening? Good to see you. Nolan, what's going on? So, as you were wrapping up this week, right, we're talking about our uniqueness, right? We talked about this a lot, this idea that we're one of a kind. And what we're going to do first is, like we've always do, we're going to get set in focusing on ourselves for a second, right? And what we know we can do, put our pencils and paper down, set up big and tall, take a big breath, and you just say, I am smart. You can say this to yourself or out loud. I do matter, I am me, and I am super fantastic. Now, those are things that we can tell ourselves, as we talked about. If you're ever feeling stuck, if you're ever feeling sad, all those things. Sometimes we tell ourselves bad stories about ourselves, like we're not good enough, and we don't know how to do this stuff. And we say things that could make us feel really bad, when the truth is that you're super fantastic. You don't have to keep telling yourself all those bad things. If you ever feel like you're stuck telling yourself bad things, just remind yourself how awesome you really are. And it works really well. And parents, it works well for you as well. So, also, guys, again, today, giveaway. Remember, we're going to, the giveaway is going to be today. I'll make the decision. Tomorrow, we'll be posting into the comments everybody that won. If you won last time, don't worry. There's plenty of chances. You need to like the page, share this show, and post in the comments the kids think the creations. I'm having a hard time talking today. The creations that your child makes, right? And then we're going to pick those and we'll get your information and get those sent right out to you. So, guys, today what we're going to do is something that is one of my favorite things that is a creative exercise. So, you know that we can run and we can lift weights and we can do jumping jacks and we can play sports and we can get strong that way, and we call those exercises. Did you also know that you can do creative exercises? Like, what I mean by that are things that help your brain learn how to be creative more. And this is one of my favorite things that I do a lot of times when I'm warming up. Yes, I really do warm up before I draw stuff. I don't just pick up the pencil and I'm making all the best stuff. A lot of times, just like you guys do, if you go to gym, you do jumping jacks and stretches and all those different things like that. That's called warming up. I do the same thing when I'm drawing. And now I'm going to show you guys something that I do that helps me warm up. It gets me in the creative spirit and gets me kind of ready to draw stuff. So this is a really fun thing. It's one of my favorite things to do. I spend a lot of time doing this stuff, and hopefully you guys like this too. What's up, Willow? Good to see you. Kelly, what's happening? Unicorns, don't forget, next week, all week long, is going to be nothing but unicorns. Every single day we have a different unicorn kind of thing to do. It's going to be a lot of fun making some unicorn stuff. So if you guys want to get your paper and pens ready, we're going to need some colored markers, a black marker, and just some paper. And we're going to do some cool little creations. So we switch over to this one for you. Okay. So like I said, this is a really cool little exercise. And what I think probably is the easiest way to do is if you're going to turn your paper sideways. And we're going to just pretend that there's 2 halves. So we're going to do 2 per page. And we'll do a couple of these because they don't take a whole lot of time to do. But just get your colored markers out. And it doesn't really matter which color ones you do. But we're going to put the color first and then the black marker over top of it, okay? So what you're going to do is just pick a color. I'm going to pick orange first, okay? And it's real simple. Let's pretend that there's 2 different spaces here. I'm going to use a pencil just to kind of show you what I mean, right? So if I divide this paper into 2 things, we got a left side, which is this side, and then you have a right side. Did you know that if you put your hand out like this and it makes an L, that is your left hand? Because if you do it on your right hand, look, it's a backwards L. This one is the right ways L. So this is the left side. And all you do, this is the cool part. Ready, guys? Just make a scribble. There is no right answer to this at all. It is just a scribble, okay? Now, put that one down. Get a different color. This time I'm going to do green. Guess what you do on this side? Make a scribble, but make this one a little bit different. So you can do like maybe a scribble here, and a scribble here, and a scribble here. So I have 3 scribbles on that side, okay? Now, here is where the creative part comes into play. So do you remember what we did with like the cut paper stuff? Is we made a monster out of the cut paper and let it be. You're kind of doing the same sort of thing here. What we're going to do is we're going to let this scribble become something. You can make it into anything that you want to make it into, right? I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here, and you can feel free if you see something different in your scribble, because your scribble is going to be way different than mine. You can just draw along with me today. Totally up to you. You do your thing, but I'm going to show you on this one first what I kind of see with this one, because you guys might see one thing and I might see something different, which is what makes us unique, right? Is that we all see different things. So what I kind of see in this is, check this out. I see that if I go like this and like this, and maybe if I put another line here and another line here, do you guys see what it might be yet? And if I draw this like this, and if I put just a couple little lines, check out what it can become, right? Now I can start to see that maybe if I put, check out this little thing here. If I put a little person right here, and another little person right here, right? Does it start to look like a tree to you? So now it's a tree. Now within a tree, right, we can always make like little faces, like the tree is really happy. Have you guys ever read the book, The Giving Tree? That is like my favorite book of all time. In other ways, so if you think about it, if you're going to draw a tree and it's outside, what other kind of stuff are around it? Like we have like the sun, right? There could be all different kinds of things around your tree, right? So this is one way of making a really creative thing out of scribbles. Now look at this thing here. So this here, we have 3 different ones on mine. Maybe you have something different on yours. And what I can do here is if I make 2 circles and I put some eyeballs, and again guys, if you want to just go ahead and make yours into whatever, that's complete. We're just really drawing together today, because this is one where I know for sure that you're going to have one that's completely different than mine, and that's what's really cool about this. Remember, this week we're focusing on all of our uniqueness, the things that actually make us different, and we're kind of celebrating those. So with this one, if I want to make this into a character, I can just draw like a big smile, and let's say I put his tongue out, right? Now check out this. You have these 2 things here. Guess what they can be? They can totally be feet, right? We can make those into feet. We can make arms that come out. And then maybe this arm kind of comes this way. And he's just being silly. We can put like ears on it, right? Maybe there's some like funky ears. Remember, our eyebrows are just like rectangles. We can draw those any way we want. And if we put a couple hairs at the top there, we can make this character into just a thing, right? He could be like, maybe if you have like his mouth hanging open a little bit, and then he's like, you know, making that kind of sound, stuff like that. But this is one way that you can take a different scribble and just make something completely different out of it. Now, if you want to do a couple more, let's get a new piece of paper and let's try a couple more, because I think this is really fun. And so usually what I'll do on this, guys, when I do these, is I'll just do a bunch, I'll just get a marker and I'll just do a bunch of scribbles all over the page. I'll show you kind of what I do. So I'll just kind of do like something like this. Maybe I'll put another one over here, and I'll make like a square, and then I change colors, and then I'm like, all right, I want one that's like kind of like this, and then I'm like, well, what if I do one that's like yellow, and we make it over here, and put some like different things here, and maybe some little dots there, and I do a green one. Look how bright that green is. There, and then I'll do another pink one here. Okay, so, but see, like, I'm not worried about them being all filled in, right? So the idea is that it's just a scribble. So a lot of times if you just make scribbles, a lot of times we think that doesn't mean anything or they can't be stuff. But if so, what I'll do is I'll fill a page like this, and then I try to make something out of all of these scribbles. And let me kind of show you what I would do. So like, let's say for this guy, for instance, let's say if I put some bumps on it, you guys ever see pickles before? Like he's like a pickle man, right? So he's pickle man, right? He's got the and let's put like maybe he's like a super pickle man, right? And he's got the cape, stuff like that, right? He's pickle man, right? So then we go to another doodle, and I say, well, okay, for this one, I think it could be a cool little bird, right? And the bird's kind of flying. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, it could be like a little bird character, right? And then like for this one, what could we, if you're getting stuck on this, let's say that you're having a hard time when you look at your scribble and you can't figure out what you want it to be. You think of like, look at the whole scribble as a whole. This one right here looks like a rectangle, right? So what are types of things that are rectangles? You have things like books, doors, houses, right? The bottom of a house, maybe a piece of paper. It could be a bunch of different things. Let's say that this one is a book. And this book is, the cover of this book has this character right here. And he's sad because he doesn't know where his other book friends are. So that's how to make that into a book, right? This guy here, look at, he's got like this type of things like this. We can make this, we have these two ears. Can you see them there? It's a little bit hard, maybe, but like it could be like, let's say that those things are here. We draw some lines. Check this out. And put some teeth on it. Now, it kind of looks like a bunny maybe, but then we have those other things here. We can say that those are hands and put some legs on it, right? This thing here, I don't know what this is. Let's see what kind of shape it could be. It could be maybe like, oh, I know, I could see it. It's like a flower. You know, like tulip, since it's like almost Easter time, right? It could be like tulips, right? Like that kind of thing. Then you can kind of like, if you want, here's a trick that you can do. So like, just because it's a tulip and you know what it looks like a flower, but you get to imagine the world that you want to create, you can totally throw stuff like ears on it, and then like some, like a nose on it, and a thing like this. Now it's kind of like a bear tulip, right? And maybe like the bear tulip, he loves honey, so there's like bees all around. Right? There's little bees all around because the bear has stolen all the honey, and the honey is kind of dripping off his tongue because he loves the honey so much, right? So you can kind of start to make up your own story around each one of these doodles because there's no rules to what these things can become, right? This one is like a unicorn, right? Put a tail on it. this, boom, boom. Because again, guys, when you're doodling, there are no rules to what you can doodle. You can make these into anything. A lot of times what happens for this stuff, for me, what happens is when I'm doing doodles like this, ideas for stories come out. So if you noticed when we talked about the tulip, I said, oh, we could put some ears on it. We put like a nose, and we can, all of a sudden now he's a bear and he loves it, and he's got all these bees around because he's honey. So you can start to make up your own stories around these doodles. And you remember when we talked earlier about how this is a creative exercise because it warms up those creative muscles so they start going? I think that if you pay attention when you're doing this, you could start to come up with your own stories off of this stuff. And I think this guy, for some reason, I think he just looks like he is an angry character that he just isn't having it today. Let's put a little horn on him, and he's just a grumpy guy. So this is how you can take something as simple as scribbles and with just two things, colored markers and a black marker on your paper, and you can make a whole different world. So the wonder work for today, what I would like for you guys to do is to take a page of scribbles and make a story out of it. You can create your own story out of it using nothing but your scribbles and just make up something. Maybe there's a couple characters or 10 characters or 100 characters or whatever. Just make some scribbles, create a world in which these scribbles live in, that you give them some sort of meaning. This is a super simple creative exercise that you can turn it even into a tree, to a character, anything that you want to be, a book, all this different stuff. So I'm going to switch over to this side for a second. So what do you guys think? Easy, right? What's up, Macy? How's it going? What's up, Robinson family? Good to see you. Kinley, what's going on? Willow, what's happening? So, guys, you can make any sort of thing out of scribbles. I think we just learned that, right? So, if you're, a lot of times when I'm on the phone talking to people, I'll scribble and I'll make characters. You can have a lot of fun with this. This is a really easy way to come up with your own characters any sort of way you want to. So, make sure that you're putting in the comments your scribbles for the day. That would be what characters you made out of just using something as simple as colored markers, black pencil, pens, whatever, and just make your own sort of thing. So remember, the wonder work for that is page of scribbles. Turn them into something. Make up your own story. Have some fun with it. It can be anything that you'll want it to be, right? And for tomorrow's supplies, simple. Tomorrow, we're going to start the Unicorn Out week super easy. We're going to just draw a unicorn. I'm going to show you how to draw them. So all we're going to need is just paper and markers, and that's simple. And then each day this week, we're going to do some sort of new thing with a unicorn. I got a lot of cool ideas where we're going to make some things and have a lot of fun with that. You can always go over to, if you're looking for other drawing stuff, if you find me on Wonderville Studios on YouTube, the books and everything are all available on Amazon. You can check those out. If you've already bought a book, if you want to go drop a comment or a review on Amazon, it's a huge help for me. It really kind of helps spread out the message about the books as well. Again, go to the website, free downloads. Get as many as you want. Share them with your friends, all that stuff like that, guys, at wondervillestudios.com. So really, parents, take a second. Share this video with your friends. Help me spread the message. Kids, I hope you like this. The wonder word for today, simple, it's unicorn. As in one of a kind, as in there's not another, as in they're so rare, they're so hard to see, the same as you, right? Sometimes it's really hard for us to see how unique we really are, and I hope this week we've done some things to help you remind yourself of how unique you are. You can create anything that you want to, just if you have a little imagination, you believe in self enough, and be a little bit brave and just try. You can make anything that you want. So just remember that you are the unicorn, that the key to happiness is embracing your unicorniness. And even though you can't get out on the world today, you still have your ways of sprinkling your magic on somebody's day just for being you. So maybe draw a picture for somebody, text somebody, FaceTime a friend, remind somebody that you've been thinking of them that you haven't seen for a while, and just let them know that everything is all good to go. So be the unicorn, sprinkle your magic. Ava made a unicorn and fall. I love it. Perfect. See, you can make those scribbles into anything. You can make anything you want out of these scribbles. So it's something so simple. I know that we all spend time scribbling all the time, and sometimes we just think that it's nothing but. So remember, in life, it isn't always about coloring inside the line. Sometimes it's just about making scribbles and making some gold out of those scribbles. Spread your magic on everybody. Sprinkle magic on somebody's day today. Be the unicorn, and I will see you tomorrow for the kickoff for Unicorn Week. So I will see you guys tomorrow. See ya!